Good morning, all of you. This is a special class for JE. You can use for advanced or mains, but we are doing a very important formula today, and it is called the rotation formula. It mainly comes in complex number, but it has uses in straight lines, coordinate geometry, and I will today relate it to matrices and determinants also. Very important one. Let's see how much you understand, but this is a very important topic. So we have two axes here. This is called the real axis, x-axis, Argand plane or the complex plane, and this is the y-axis, right? This is the origin. So we are considering these three complex numbers z1, z and z2. So z1 is rotated about z, and it comes to z2, and rotation is in anti-clock direction. So the rotation formula is this one. First you find the magnitude of what has to be done, z2 minus z. This is the new complex, the length, or you can say this is like a vector. So in vector we do or a2 minus a1 if they are the position vectors. So you can take them as position vectors. So I'll come to that point also, but right now listen carefully. Z2 minus z is the new vector here, okay, and the original vector is z1 minus z, and then you will put the mod here, z2 minus z. This is the z2 minus z upon z1 minus z. This is the change in the magnitude, okay, how many time it has scaled. This is scale factor. Now into e to the power iota theta. So this is our rotation formula, and now how it is used. So I'll give you some examples to understand, okay. Suppose we have a very important example here. Suppose we have a complex number 1 2, okay, and it is rotated about, say, another complex number. uh, we can make it say minus 2 1, okay, and it reaches to, and we have to find what complex number will it become if the rotation is done uh, with an angle of 30 degree, okay, and what is that complex number which it will reach, and that is what you have to find with the rotation formula. So it is being rotated about this point with a 30 degree, and we can even choose a scale factor if you want, but if you don't have the scale factor, suppose somebody asks you what is a complex number, it will go up to 30 degree, and if this, you will have to give the scale factor here, because the scale factor is not given, then it is not possible to calculate. So I'll say that let the scale factor be 2, okay. Now rotate it. This is our z1, this is z, and this is z2. We need to find z2 with the scale factor of 2, so it is doubled. Now the magnitude or the modulus of the complex number, this one is double of this one. So what I am doing here is I am applying this formula, z2 minus z upon z2 minus z upon z1 minus z is equal to mod of this complete z2 minus z upon z1 minus z e to the power iota theta. Now the important point is, this you already know the scale factor is 2, so this we can write as 2. Theta we know in the 30 degree, that is e to the power I pi by 6, okay, and this z2 minus z. Now z2 minus z we don't know, so let's write z2 minus z. Z I'll substitute later on. Z1 minus z. Now z1 minus z is 1 minus minus 2, that is 3, plus 2 minus 1 is iota, 1 iota. So now we can take it that side, so we get z2 minus z is equal to 3 plus iota, okay, and this is 2 I can write here, and we have to write in Euler's form now, in the trigonometric form, cos theta plus iota sin theta. Cos pi by 6 is root 3 by 2 plus iota sin pi by 6 is 2. We can multiply this 2 first here, so we will get 3 plus iota, okay, and root 3 plus 1. So when you multiply this, what you will get? 3 root 3, okay, and this is iota. So I am writing 3 root 3 and iota, iota square minus 1 I am writing real part, and then this iota into root 3, iota common root 3, and this iota into 3 plus 3, okay. So you will get, this is our complex number. Now this is z2 minus z, and if you want to find z2, you will add what? This one, minus 2 plus 1 to it, 1 iota. Add this and you will get the new complex number, required complex number. So this is 3 root 3 minus 3 plus iota, if I add root 3 plus 4, root 3 plus 4 iota. So this is how the rotation formula works. So now you can find the coordinate of z2 is 3 root 3 minus 3 and root 3 plus 4. So this concept can be used in coordinate geometry perfectly. Okay. Now here we have certain other things. The how to use this formula in matrix. See, the in matrix also we have a very important conclusion to this formula, and that is how to do it in matrix. I tell you. Now suppose the same is coming in matrix, okay. So how to use that in matrix? Suppose we have, consider a very important matrix here, and this is a very important matrix. You have to write cos theta minus sin theta, and here sin theta, and here cos theta. This is representing a complex number actually, and I will tell you how. So in our formula we are writing e to the power iota theta. This is nothing but e to the power iota theta. And when you are multiplying the matrix multiplication, now suppose this previous question only, you were transferring suppose 1 2, okay, by 30 degree. So now you will just multiply and you will write, and the scale factor was 2 if you remember. Then now see 2 into cos theta, cos pi by 6, cos 30 degree is what? Root 3 by 2 minus half, this will half, and this is root 3 by 2. Now do it like matrix multiplication. First remove all the 2's, multiplying each term by 2 we get root 3 minus 1, 1 root 3. So we get root 3 minus 1, 1 and root 3, and multiply this by 1 and 2, okay. And as you multiply it by 1 and 2, what you will get? Root 3 into 1 root 3 minus 2. So root 3 minus 2 as the first term, multiply, and this one we will get 1 plus 2 root 3, 1 plus 2 root 3, remember. And then we can add whatever the new number, that is, this is equal to z2 minus z. So whatever the value of z, suppose the value of z is minus 2 minus 1, you can bring it here and you can check what is the answer. So this way, now look at this matrix here, cos theta minus sin theta cos theta, and I am saying it is equivalent of multiplying e to the power iota theta to the complex number. Now why I am saying that? Because it is just the same. An important thing is determinant of this matrix is cos square theta plus sin square theta, that is 1. And if you look at this matrix, cos theta minus sin theta cos theta, this if you look at, if you try to find the inverse of this matrix, you can easily find the inverse. What is inverse? Inverse is, first you find the cofactors, change the sign, and then take its transpose. So let's transpose, okay. So let's find the cos theta. What is the cofactors of cos theta? Let's see, cos theta will come here, okay. Then minus sin theta, for this one minus sin theta, and then cos theta. Now change the sign, make it minus, make it plus, right? These two get changed, and now take its transpose, cos theta minus sin theta cos theta. Now this is the inverse of this, and if you look at the inverse of this is nothing else. If this is f of theta, then this is f of minus theta. If this is f of theta, then inverse is f of minus theta. That is very interesting. And another thing is, if you multiply these two matrices, A and A inverse, if you multiply them, what you will get? Cos theta into cos theta, cos square theta, minus plus sin square theta, that is 1, cos theta into sin theta minus sin theta into cos theta. We are getting 1 0 0 1. So interesting part is I am getting and this is also the transpose of this matrix. So this matrix comes out to be orthogonal because A transpose is I and A transpose is equal to A inverse. A transpose is equal to A inverse. Another thing is A transpose is I. So this cos theta minus sin theta cos theta is an orthogonal matrix, and this is also a concept of the complex number. So this can be used in rotation formula, and it also gives us orthogonal matrix. So this matrix is such an important matrix because it is used in, and then later on it is used in linear transformation. So you see that one small concept is used in so many branches of mathematics, and this is how the various branches of mathematics are related. So hope you have enjoyed this, and I'll keep coming with such new videos. So keep watching the channel. Thank you for watching.